what are you doing now? I guess you have a podcast and you're...
I own 3 businesses. I have a food business. I have that we took actually public in 2020. I have a fitness business. I have an apparel business with my husband. My husband is also a professional athlete, and so I think it's right. It transcends beyond athletics, because the route that I have taken, I did play professional sports, but after that there's a long life after competitive sports, regardless of whether you're done at college or you do have a professional career. And if you choose to be, in any business or administration, CEOs, entrepreneurs, none of it's easy. Life, everybody knows, you gotta take some knocks. And so my time here at Florida State really gave me a lot of tools to at least give that a try. And of course, I'm still learning on the fly, because these are new sort of undertakings. But so I am still highly active. I have 3 daughters and relatively busy.
And this is like a players empowerment era. Just how crazy it is to be on a college campus and just see all the opportunities that are out there now for college student athletes.
I personally think it's really exciting to see the opportunities for the athletes, especially, again, in my case, I played on a scholarship for 2 seasons, and I gave up my scholarship and paid to play because I was working. I had to make that choice after my sophomore season. And there's a lot of athletes that come here, and the scholarship provides them the opportunity to go to school and pay for housing, but if you want to go on a date or do your laundry, sometimes, these are funds that, because you can't work, you don't have. So I really love the opportunities. But I also think we're in the wild, wild west with NIL, and I really want to encourage athletes to get as educated as they can, and they'll see a really small deal, so they won't bother to have anyone look at it. And what I would say is, if you have a friend of your family that is an attorney, make sure you understand what you're signing, because name and likeness is a very real thing, and you do not want to give that away. So I'm so excited for the opportunities, and I also hope that it doesn't dampen motivation for athletes if they want to continue to go on and play, especially professionally, because if you're making all this money now, it's like, is that gonna sort of impact the ability or the drive to say, oh, I'm gonna go get this. So I'm hoping it shakes out and finds its way where it has a long-term positive impact on the athletes, not just 18 to 22.
I know a lot of fans want their high celebrity alumni to be more visible and stuff, but the fact that you're not here doesn't mean that you don't care about this program continually, right?
You mean you want me to live in Tallahassee?
Well, I think people...
I'm out there. I have a 35-year career in the professional sort of landscape, and I couldn't be a better representative of Florida State than going out there and showing that after being in athletics and then going on into professional athletics, what that looks like. And so in the ways that I talk or communicate or represent myself, I am inadvertently representing Florida State all of the time. And hopefully Florida State feels a sense of pride and even a part of, my coach that I played for is standing behind you right now. So, as far as being visible, I'm really doing the best I can.
For young ladies who are trying to maybe understand and brand themselves on social media while being an athlete, any advice that you might offer to just best practices, how to go about things like that?
I think it's first and foremost very important for any athlete, first as being a whole person, a clear communicating, clear thinking person that also happens to do with sport. And for the women in particular, because they're going to get opportunities that have oftentimes to do with their appearance, that whatever they're doing that they feel comfortable with, that it lines up with their own personal values, whatever that is. And I always tell athletes, if you would wear it or drink it or eat it or share it, then it's okay to endorse it. If you wouldn't be caught dead with it, don't bother. And I know it's tempting, but in the long run, it's so important to stay true to the things that really are authentic to who you are. And that's a hard game to play. The long game is a hard game to play. But I would encourage athletes, because in the end, I think it's better. And again, going back to making sure somebody is looking at what you're signing. And the other last and final thing, which is hard, is doing a sport at this level is very difficult, a Division I school, and it takes a lot of concentration and a lot of work. And to not let the commitments outside of the sport take you down a path that actually get you off your ability to maximize your potential as the athlete, because that is your differentiating point and your asset. So make sure you're not letting that eat into your ability to be as good as you can be as an athlete.